G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel. As you've been seeing lately, I've been just working on some of my seedling stock and my trees that I'm growing, stock trees that I'm growing and seedlings. Now if you've been following me for a while, you'd remember these nice little Japanese maples that I combined and created into a group and a clump style, which you can see has come along really well. The wire's on, hasn't really cut in, so it's fine. I'm going to leave it on there. But it's, kind of cool and unique. It's pretty cute. And the other one I did was this little one as well, the 3-trunk one. Now, these are quite young seedlings, but, in time they're going to fuse together, which I'm starting to see happen. So it's been really positive. So that's really cool. So it does work. Well, it worked. These ones worked really well. Now, I've got a whole bunch of other stock behind me. You can see Japanese maple stock, and I've got a whole few on the ground as well. So I want to create one more, or maybe a couple more, and we'll see what they look like. But this is just I'm going to probably use more advanced stock than this though. So I'm going to try it with a bit more advanced stock, which you've seen me in my videos, but let's keep going and let's see what we can create. But yeah, definitely doable and definitely achievable, and they start to look really good together. So there you go. I just wanted to give you an update. I know a few people have been watching and asking me about these, so just a nice little update on that. Alright, I'll put these aside for now. So now I'm trying to think, I want to try and get something nice in this little terracotta. I don't have a little terracotta pot, but let's see if we can come up with something interesting in this pot. A nice 3 or 5 tree group in this pot. So similar to this, but this a bit bigger. So let's have a bit bigger trees. So I'm just looking at my stash of trees in the back here. There's quite a few. Remember, look some of these trees on their own, very uninteresting. It's quite nice thickness, this one, but it's very uninteresting. It's pretty good, nice thickness. But is again uninteresting. But in a group, a 3 trunk maybe, a 3 trunk or 4 or 5 trunk, it's actually not a bad tall tree. In this pot, it might look actually quite nice, but it needs something else to support it because it's kind of boring. I was thinking maybe this one to join onto it. It's a bit more movement, but it's kind of alright. A bit more movement up here, which is nice. So a bit of movement. Let's play around. Maybe there's 2 in there. Maybe a 3rd one. This is a nice 3rd one. Maybe that can go in the back somewhere. We'll play around with it, playing around with it. And maybe 2 more smaller trees. I was 2 more smaller trees. So let's see what we can do. Maybe this one. This is a possibility. Another small tree. And I've got a couple more that when I was playing around with. I had them there to look at. So there's a couple of smaller ones we could probably use. I've got them down here. Maybe we can use them, use that. Maybe I just use these for now. Yeah, but let's see if we can kind of nice clump style, a bit more advanced clump style with some of these. But just notice they're on their own. They're kind of boring, uninteresting. Nothing really unique about them. But together as a group, maybe they'll look really good. So I'm just going to take all the soil off these, and then I'll look at the roots and trim them back a bit, and then we'll try and play around with how we can position them together, wire them together nice and tight, and then we'll put them in a pot and let's see what it looks like. I think it'll look really good in that little terracotta pot for now. It'll come up, well, maybe it won't be as unique and twisty and bendy as this, but yeah, it'll have a bit more formal trunks, but we'll play around with the trunks, be a bit more careful, be a bit more strategic with our placements, and we'll come up with something cool. I think it will. I think it's achievable. The other thing with these seedlings you can also do is create group planting or forest style. I find that there's less demand for forest style. People really don't do that much lately, so that's probably a bit of a deterrent, I think. But a nice clump style would be really cool to do. I think clump style is really good for maples, and they're starting to come on. People are really starting to appreciate them more. Whereas groups, they look fantastic, but there's not as much appreciation for group styles and forest styles at the moment. That's what That's what I find at the moment. When you go to shows, there's not that many, unless they're Australian natives. The natives look really good as groups and forests, so that's pretty good. But maples, I'm finding, not as popular. But there's some beautiful ones out there, no doubt. But yeah, not as popular at the moment. But let's try and work with these 5. And hopefully I can come up with something interesting, and you'll see another little group, another little clump style, and yeah, potential of a good tree. Okay. All right. So I have we're taking around the pots, and you can see there's some big heavy roots, unfortunately, but we're just going to have to deal with it and play around with them. They'll eventually make nice fine roots as well. So I'm going to try and put the 5 together. That looks very small, but I think it will look phenomenal if we can get it in that pot. But let's work with what we've got, unfortunately, or fortunately. So I was just having a look at some of these. Now, on their own, as I said, they're not the best, but maybe we can combine them and create something interesting. Now, we've got to be kind of intertwine some roots and stuff to get them looking really good together. So I was thinking maybe something like that for the 2 main trees. Maybe this guy can go on this side. Let's have a look. I think it's got to go this way. Yeah, something like that. That's the 2 trees together, I think. Let's work with that. Let's try and tie them in. Or let me just put it together and then I'll show you. So maybe something there. The next big tree is on this side. Something in this one, which has a nice Nabari-ish, but you know, as a single tree. But I think we can combine it in to maybe blend it. So now we've got 3 together. It's slightly bit off center, so they're not always in line. So that's not bad there. I'm thinking this little one might be on this side, somewhere here. Somewhere here. We've got to figure out a way to put him in there, something like that. Maybe a bit more going out that way, something like that. And the other one probably in the back, or just there. So there you go, something like that. Nice together, tight, make it really nice and tight. And then we've got a 4-5 trunk group, or 5 trunk clump. Looks really nice and tight. Actually kind of fit really well together. And in time, I just want them to intertwine and phase together and fuse together. Sorry, fuse together. Yeah, so that's the thinking at the moment. I'm going to try and tie them in individually to each other once, one by one, so they can be nice and tight. And then we'll try and look what they look like in the pot. So let me do that. Let me go away and do that because it takes a bit of time. I don't want to bore you, but let me do that, tie them in, and then we'll try and get them in the pot. Alright, I think I was able to create a nice successful group clump. The roots are pretty okay. I think they're nice and healthy anyway. So the tree looks actually quite interesting and unique. Remember, 4 or 5 are not very attractive trees now could create a nice beautiful clump style. And we'll see what that looks like. Now it looks pretty tight in there, but I'm going to see what we can do to get it in. I don't think it's a problem. I think it would be nice if I had maybe one of those, one of these again, but I don't have anything. Running out of pots. With COVID, it's a bit hard to go out and get pots. No places are open, but anyway, we'll even the club, missing out on the club. So anyway, but we'll try and get this in. I'll try and work my way, get these roots into this pot. Now the tree will ultimately move around a bit. I think it will definitely go in. Just got to tuck some of these in. I will have to probably get some moss and put it on the surface because there's a lot of roots towards the top of this tree. But I think ultimately, this one keeps moving, but I think we can get it in. I think it's just sitting in there, but you can see it's sitting pretty high. But I think with time we can get that all down. What I'll do is I'll tie the tree in. intention is these trees will sit there for a couple of years and really fuse into this pot and fuse together. And that's the whole intention of these all the trees fusing together over time and creating a nice group, like almost a single tree. And that's the aim. So everything's nice and tight. There's one root that's a little bit too far at the back. But I feel I can get him in anyway, just by moving him around, but it just moves this tree too much. But I think I'll work through that. But they look nice when they're closer together. Anyway, we'll work through this, and might be hard to achieve, but there we go. So that's nice. A little bit unusual, but we'll get there. Okay, maybe something like that. I can probably put a spacer in there eventually, just to space that out a little. But there you go. Now, top it up with some soil. Sometimes I just use my fingers. Fingers are good almost as good as chopsticks. If you've got very skinny fingers, even better. Mine are quite thick, so I just should really get my scooper out, so I'll be lazy. Soil scooper, that is. So it's easier for me to get the soil in. Alright, there we go. Start of a clump style that's a bit more advanced. Still one hand for me to carry this, not that heavy, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I just want to space those, so I might get a little spacer and put in between there, it doesn't take much, just a little a wedge of some sort, and just to space that out. But that's nice. It's actually looking quite interesting, quite unique. Yeah, so probably this is a 5-tree group as well, but very different. You see young seedlings that you can maneuver easily. These ones you can't really maneuver, but in terms of trunks, but you can position them in certain ways that will make it look interesting. Yeah. Still got lots of other maples, but I'm not going to do any more, I think, for now. I will probably wait on some nice pots or something like that to put them in. Maybe create a few more groups, or just put together a few more and just grow them on, just to make them a bit more quicker and advance in bigger pots, just to get them going. So anyway, guys, there's another one. I really enjoyed creating these little. That's really come up really good. I think I really like it. Something a bit more interesting and unique. Alright, guys, I will catch you soon. I'll put some more videos together. Keep watching, and hope you're enjoying it. See you.